If we had one of those big pot of coffee things, I'd probably be using that. But I do not. And I don't feel like buying one, because I know I'd be the only one who uses it. Maybe when I get an office, I'll have that.
One day.
I mean, I have wanted to get an espresso maker, but those seem too expensive, so I would just get the tiny pot things that you could put on the stove.
All I can say, if you really have never lived a single day of a blue-colored life in your a day in your life, Keyframe. And with this, hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast, where I totally don't tell Keyframe what she just told me minutes ago and pretend that it was my original thought doing the intro of this show. Too long, damn it, too long. Hi guys, we are back. This is Wolfhead. He's also back.
Hi, and Key is frozen again.
He's frozen again. Oh boy.
That fucking face!
It's a good face. It's a good face. Well, now she's gone. Now she is just an icon. Hi, Key. Are you with us?
I'm sorry. Oh my god, that shit broke me down. Oh my god.
That's karma.
That is karma. That is karma. I'm not sure.
Whether to whom, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing where I'm also like, okay.
Was it a karma towards you?
Oh, and there she goes again. Okay, since you and I are both doing well, I'm afraid it's Keyframe's end. Your internet is very fucky today. I don't know why.
I don't know why. I heard Kichi very clearly being in calls all morning, and it didn't seem like anything was going on there.
Because it's also always nice that you freeze frame in some model pose, and I can see Wolfhead in full resolution still moving, and I'm like, wait, who is it? Is it me? Is it? Oh wait, we are still both alive, so it must be her. And now she's fucking with me. wait, I can figure out if it's a freeze frame or not. Wait, one second. Damn it, she's frozen again.
The mic ain't picking up the key sound, so I couldn't laugh. No, it's not picking it up. It's not picking it up.
She's right, it's not picking up the key sound.
Fascinating. I had this before where I realized that... now you're trying too hard. Where
what?
she...
No, I'm looking at you. That's all I'm doing.
But you're doing like weird mouth.
That's just my face.
No, you were sitting there with an open mouth and doing some lip acrobatics.
In other ways, so...
I'm just imagining Max walking up to Key and being like, "What's wrong with your face?" And she's just like, "Dude, it's just my face. What are you talking about?" And she's just like sitting there with plain face.
Oh boy.
Why? Why are you the way you are?
I don't know.
Not you, Key. Max. I'm mad at Max now. Key is fine.
No, she's frozen. Oh, no, now she's there again. We are losing her in more than one way.
I'm sorry. It's just really fucking funny. Oh, you're trying too hard. Why are you doing all that weird shit with your face? It's just me existing.
Let her live, Max.
Do I have to?
Let her be. Let her thrive.
Fine.
A few times that he makes comments on my face, which is what I would usually like, and it's to say that I'm basically weird looking.
Oh my god. Max, you put your foot in your mouth for the last time. We've had
that wasn't it. No, Wolf, you're being generous. That's not, he didn't put his foot in his mouth, he put his fucking up to his knee.
Yeah.
Just down the throat.
Good foot.
Fucking throat goated his leg.
Yeah. Give me that foot. Oh, yeah.
Fucking Nancy Reagan his leg straight down into his mouth.
Oh, you know it. But yeah, we have been talking now for a few moments with this absolute complete stranger that nobody except for you and me, and potentially not even you and Miki knows. So, Wolfhead, since nobody apparently knows who you are, please do tell us who are you, what do you do, and why should people care?
Hey, I'm Wolfhead Brony. Recently, I have gotten another stream deck, and I'm screwing around with it quite a bit. Sometimes I make my own content, and I think the thing I'm most famous for here is teasing Key with silly clips of my nonsense. So, there you go. There it is.
Perfect. Welcome back to the show for what I believe I said on Twitter that
Is it really 6 times? Has it really been 6 times? Because I was in a call before this.
Oh boy. Do you think are you like only 6 times, or are you like already 6 times?
No, like already 6 times.
Okay.
Because I was in a call with someone before this, and they were like, "You've been on the AWKWARDCast 6 times," and I was like, "That doesn't feel right." Did Max
Why did someone do?
miscount?
Wait.
Why did someone do the homework to know that you've been on Awkward 6 times? They're investing their time poorly.
I don't know.
Wait. Let me. No. Log into Salesforce.
Oh, when Max tries to do it.
This is we are 5 minutes in, and we haven't even gotten to the what are you up to's. We haven't even, I'm encouraging us to get to the week segment, and that's my least favorite segment of the show. We need to move on.
Max,
I don't know how long my internet's gonna be stable.
So yeah, Wolfhead. Wait. 1 second. Faster, stronger, harder, scooter. What? Don't look at me like I'm what? So, Wolfhead.
Did you not hear a word of what I just said?
Moving on to the segment, but I also have like I need to be like Wolfhead. You have been on this show the first time on March 17th, 2019.
Okay.
Then we got you back on September 8th, 2019. Then we only had you a single time in 2020 on July 5th.
Okay.
And in 2021 we had you at January 31st.
Okay.
And March 28th. And today, it's your 6th time, bro.
It doesn't feel like it.
You know what Max is?
What
Max
is Max?
is that-
Can you tell me?
Max is that toddler.
What?
That, when you have to, when it's time to take them to like nursery or wherever people take daycare. That's what it is. When they have to be like, okay, son, come on, it's time to go to daycare. But he's playing with like his Duplo blocks or something, and he's
I
just
was
like,
more Lego.
okay. Fine, Lego. Sorry, Mr. Privilege. But like, he's playing with it. He's playing with his Lego set, and he's like, okay. And he keeps building it no matter how many times he's like, we gotta go. Because to him, he knows that something else is going on. But whatever he wants is the priority. The house could be on fire, but he needs to finish his Lego Star Wars Millennium Falcon.
A, when I played with Lego, Star Wars was not available at Lego. And B, stop calling me out for basically what I did the other night with oxygen not included.
Can you give me your rendition of Toddler Max again? I really enjoyed that.
Okay, sure. It's just like, okay, King, come on, we gotta go to daycare. It's like, okay.
Ja, genau.
No, we got to go to daycare. Genau.
Ja. Ich komme.
We
gleich
got
da.
to go. We are not going to vaccinate you, and you're only going to find out when you go to boarding school.
Noch 5 Minuten.
Exactly.
5 Minuten noch. Komme gleich. Bin fast fertig.
And this is how he didn't get vaccinated for his for the one time he was in middle school.
What was it? Röteln? But whatever Röteln are in
was it red fever? Like
Rubella.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
fun
he
enough.
Has 2 doctors. He has 2 doctors for parents, and he didn't get vaccinated.
So
for
apparently, the one of the name for rubella is German measles, which, given who got infected, is kind of funny.
Even when it's you getting a disease, it has to be as German as possible. I actually will get to the week, but I had this discussion with Chris the other day. because we were talking about like you know, what people are made out of ethnically or heritage wise, you know? And because me and Chris have both made the conclusion of, oh yeah, there's probably Jewish blood in our family somewhere because Italian American families and Jewish neighborhoods constantly intermingle. There's probably something there, like blood wise. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Max's family has never left the borders of Germany ever since they came out of like human evolution. I do not think there is anything that is past the very staunch German bloodline inside of that man. You could tell me, oh no, he probably has Polish blood, and I would say nay.
I honestly don't know. However, my great grandfather wrote an actual chronicle, like big leather tomes, where
Like a
he
family
collect.
tree thing?
Yeah. So I could find out if there is, even without ancestors.com, I could find out, at least for as far as he was able to research, where the
That actually
bloodline comes
sounds
from.
really fascinating. That sounds really fascinating. Also, I like your Something Else Why t-shirt, Wolf. I just noticed it.
Oh yeah, did you see his music video? Help! Oh well, it's really
Well,
good.
of course I have. Are you denied that I haven't seen every animated music video on the internet?
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, I forgot.
I know. Check your. I can't say check your privilege, but like. But yes, now we can move on. We have gone
Yes.
through eugenics. We have gone through making fun of Max. We have ticked every box. So, anyways, what's been going on in your life, Wolf?
I have come to the conclusion that I am an Elgato slut, I think.
Okay,
'Cause
this is a great start.
I own every Elgato piece of hardware there is to own right now. I own a Stream Deck, I own a key light, I own a camera, I own a thing that hooks up to a camcorder.
Oh, a cam link.
Yeah, a cam link, and I ordered a the green screen, but it's not here yet, but it's coming today.
Oh,
And
nice.
that's pretty much it. I want to take streaming more seriously, you know, or whenever I decide.
I agree.
Nice.
I'm getting his hand-me-downs. I'm getting his mini Stream Deck.
Oh yeah!
I'm a hand-me-down kid through and through, from the toys of my cousins to the Stream Decks of my friends.
So I've decided to give Key my mini Stream Deck because I feel like she could do some wacky shit with it. It came down to 3 people, and I just landed on Key because I was like, she can probably do some funny shit with her streams with it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, can I take a moment to talk directly to your chat for a moment?
Sure, go ahead. I mean,
Or
Okay.
wait,
Chat?
should I first have checked what he wants to say before giving permission? Well, it's too late now.
I'm not gonna say anything explicit or R-rated or anything that's gonna.
I mean,
get
you
kicked
can't be
off.
worse than me or Key with the letter used. You remember? You did insult our viewers' names as a tradition.
yes.
Anyway, sorry, Wolf.
Yes.
You have the
Anyways, go ahead.
floor.
Okay, chat. If you were a fan of the last episode of last year, Awkward Cast, where I pulled that little stunt, I have good news for you, because Key might have a similar reaction to something that's going to be happening in a couple of days that I refuse to tell her about. So be on the lookout for that.
What happened in the last episode
I
of
don't know
last year?
either. Which one was this even? Let me check.
What did we do?
Oh, the after,
I mean,
the post show.
Oh yeah, because we did the Eurocast. Yeah, what happened in the post show? I don't remember. I have the memory of a walnut.
This is
Chat,
like
don't
over
tell
a
her.
month ago. I don't remember what happened over a month ago.
Did you
Do
make
you
a
guys
video?
seriously don't remember?
No, can you give us the video?
A hint. Give us a
or
hint.
something?
Oh my god, it was a Twitter video. And you got
Okay,
cherry
that
face.
doesn't
make a
narrow
lot
it
of
down. You
Twitter
make a lot
videos.
of Twitter videos.
Wait, okay,
Oh my God.
let's go on Wolfhead's Twitter. Let's go on his Twitter, and let's go back to
No,
14th
Dad
of
literally
December.
knows what it is.
14th of December. Further. I hope your Twitter feed is safe for work. Just realizing.
I mean,
that.
you just passed a very big-titted Luna, so I don't know.
Exactly. That. What do you think? Why I was checking if it's safe for work?
I mean, at least there's a lot of Mirabelle, so that shows some goodness.
I mean, if you go through my Twitter feed, it's probably not better. So it's just like, okay.
Are you literally gonna scroll until you find it? Let me see if I can find it in the server and give it to you.
I'm almost there.
No, you're not. You're very far away.
What? No, this is literally the day of the podcast.
How much do you tweet?
Too much. Too many times.
Okay, I'm on the 13th, which is...
I found it already. Okay.
Oh, wait! Oh, yeah, I do recall.
Wait, is it this video? No, not this video! I thought you made one that was AWKWARDCast related!
So Kia's gonna have a similar surprise to something that I remember in the next couple of days. I don't even know what it is. Wait, now I gotta go back.
I have a feeling I know what it is from context clues.
So everybody wondering, I will put the link to this video in the description down below if you want to go back to this tweet for whatever reason. I don't know. Just saying. Where's my little note?
I didn't even remember that was actually one you put at the end of AWKWARDCast. I know the video. I remember the video. I have that video bookmarked in my Twitter, but it's just like, oh, okay, maybe there's a reason I blocked it out. Getting fucking bullied here, and that goes into 2022. How dare!
I think you're gonna like it.
Okay, I know for my little notes where I always write down what I have to link in the description. I just put down Ghost Grabber, so I hope I remember.
I can't even.
Wait, what did you call him?
Ghost Grabber. Who are you gonna call?
Ghost Grabbers. Ghost Grabbers.
You guys.
See, I can't complain because to help my friend Spade, I commissioned them, being like, do a headshot commission, pick whoever you think I'd like, and they made a headshot of Egon. I'm predictable. And I can't even say it because I'm literally wearing an Egon shirt today.
Oh my.
I am trash. I am trash.
I'm trash.
I'm the trash man.
I'm the trash man.
I come out and I start eating garbage.
But yeah,
but yeah, that reminds.
Yes, you're an Elgato slut.
But no,
What?
talking about trash. I mean, you are your Egan or whatever your object of simp of the week is. While I have all my ladies behind me, and normally. I'm an IT guy, so normally I am just talking to colleagues. Within the company, we have a very casual and relaxed tone. So I didn't think about anything what's visible in my screen and how I present myself. And the other week, I actually had a meeting with potential not partners, but people we wanted to buy servers of. And I'm sitting here in my emotionally exhausted Philip DeFranco hoodie in front of this back wall, and we are talking to represent
and alien chicks,
and we are talking to representatives of a bigger company who we consider to buy their services, and me being there as an IT guy, and I look in my own webcam and I'm like, shit. Other people in the call had the blurred out feature activated or used an entire replacement background or were in a neutral office situation. I'm like, yeah, if I turn it on now, I will probably just draw more attention to it.
You know, that makes me feel a bit better about myself. At least the fucking self-indulgent trash that I have gotten for my sympatitude is left on a hard drive and not seen.
2 years of Rona, I have lost any self-reflection. I used to wear a button-up shirt to work every day just because I felt like it. It wasn't even required, but
Yeah.
Anyways, this
so
was
you're
already
an
my
Elgato slut now.
This was probably already my week. So
okay. Well, I mean, like, if we can go to my week, I actually had some stuff happen.
Wolf, do you have anything left? Except for getting all the shit to become a pro streamer?
Streamer man.
Anything else happening in your life?
No, just like streaming setup stuff. It's very boring and very technical. You guys go ahead.
I mean, that is cool.
It is.
That is cool, though. Okay, so not to go too much into stuff because I enjoy having a private life, which is why I don't take much pictures. Will, DA Games Will, flew to the US for a few weeks and he went to California for this coming week. So, and along in tow was Tia, Glitchy Bits, and Aficionados Chris. So me and Lauren spent time with them over the week, and we went to, masked, vaxxed, boosted, negative COVID tests, all that stuff. And we went out and we did stuff like Universal and Disney and everything. And I should be getting a home test today to actually take precautions. And it was a lot of fun. We did a bunch. It was very interesting to go back to Disney because, well, the last time I was at Disney was 2 days before everything shut. Me and Max going right before the pandemic shut everything down.
I remember.
Literally, when we went to Vegas, Lauren texted me and was like, "Hey, you guys went to Disney, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, we did. It just closed
for the first
because
time
of
in
Rona."
How long?
Since 9/11. Which, by the way, guys, 9/11 is 21 years ago. In the comments, tell me where you were on. No, that was an actual conversation I had this week, though. So, well, it's fascinating, but not going to get into why it's fascinating. But no, the coffee is hitting. I should have some more. But so yeah, we did all that. It was cool. I met Optimus Prime. We did a battle stance in front of him. He really liked mine because what I did is that I just did that really deep bend, squat bend you can do, and then going like this. And he was just like, "Oh, that's a battle stance," and that makes me very happy. Also, just saying, if you're gonna go on the Transformers ride at Universal, be in the front. The back seat sucks, and just it's. Everyone in my group really likes a Transformers ride, and I'm very ambivalent on it. It's okay, but I've also discovered I'm not good at Universal. I love Universal, but God, I get such a headache. I was so tired by the end of it. I was like, we were in the Three Broomsticks restaurant, having some dinner, and I was just kind of like this, because all those rides are virtual rides where you just sit down and they fucking shake you. And
I figured,
it's like being on the Matterhorn at Disney, but you don't even move forward. You just keep getting hit on the side. Yeah. But no one lost their passport.
That's an improvement.
Yes. But I mean, my favorite rides at Universal are the Mummy ride, which was closed, and fucking Jurassic. What?
That it's closed.
It's getting renovated.
But still, yeah.
And then the Jurassic World ride, which is awesome. And for once, I didn't get wet because I used Lauren as a meat shield.
Oh, poor Lauren. Poor Abby.
You learned I'm so proud of you. You learned from the best.
That's what you did. You put someone else on the end.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because last time I was there with Max, I was the meat shield. The only little part he got wet was the part that my body couldn't cover.
Yep.
Because I'm small. But I think that was also the ride that you made fun of me for doing a butt check with my back pockets to make sure I had everything.
Yeah, just to 5 minutes later find out that I lost my passport out of my back pocket. Karma's a bitch.
After Universal called to say that his passport was there, I will have everyone know I relentlessly made fun of him for the next 3 days about like, yeah, you know, you should do what was that about making fun of my butt check? Yeah, and he couldn't say shit. That passport,
It's true.
that passport went through so much abuse because the first full day we were in California, it fell out of his jacket while we were walking back to the hotel into a puddle, and he
Yeah.
kicked it. That poor thing. But no, anyways, not going back to November, and now we're in January. So we did that. We were in California Adventure for Disney. That's always a lot of fun. I prefer Disneyland, but they did that when I was still home, so, you know, whatever. Always fun to go on Guardians and the Incredicoaster. I got to see the new Avengers Academy, which is really cool. They don't have a lot there yet, but, you know, they're probably going to add stuff. Because they have, like, this Spider-Man thing where a Spider-Man performer comes out, and it's, like, partial costume, partial animatronic. So at the beginning, you see a costume, but then he gets shot up into the air, and that's an animatronic. It's a free-falling animatronic that, like, completely, like, moves their arms and everything like a real thing. And it's shockingly realistic. It's very cool, especially since I went to the Waterworld show at Universal, which is really good. They use actual stuntmen from TVs and movies as the actors, which is awesome. A lot of people from Hawaii Five-0. Don't know why. They're looking for work. And they have a plane that free falls into the water every show.
Relatable.
Like, it's not connected to a pulley or anything. And there's a lot of fire. So I automatically liked it. But yeah, so those were all cool. You always have fun with that. We went on the studio tour, which was fascinating because so many parts of the studio was actually we couldn't go in because filming is back. So they were filming a bunch of stuff, so we kept having to go and take detours. But it was also really cool because they still had the set from The Good Place up. As someone who's been watching The Good Place, it's actually kind of cool to be... Yeah, it's actually kind of cool to be in there.
We started watching it after we drove through there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. But one of the reasons we had a detour is because they were filming Mr. Mayor, which is, if you've seen Good Place, that is the guy who plays Michael, Ted Danson from Cheers, new show, and all that. And they were like filming Kenan and the Bel Air show because sure, let's make the Fresh Prince of Bel Air a drama. Sure.
Why not at this point, you know?
It's always cool. And when you have Lauren and Chris, who are like big movie nerds there, it's always great to see them be all giddy about it. But yeah, that was all really cool and fun. And then the last day that we were there, so yesterday, we went to Little Tokyo, which is the biggest Japanese district in the United States. And they have like, a bunch of food places. They had a Sereno store, Sarino, the Hello Kitty company, which was interesting to go in. It had a line, and I love Agretico. The rest of that franchise is not my thing. I'm not really soft boy enough for Hello Kitty. But it was cool to go in because it's very fascinating to see that brand is one of the biggest franchises in the world. But we went into a bunch of little places and all that, and they had like this area under that had like a bunch of anime figures and manga stuff and like retro games that are like Japanese imports. And I bought two whole things. Wow. And one of those things was these cups, which are Sailor Uranus and Neptune and Sailor Pluto and Saturn pint glasses. This is full of alcohol. I'm drinking that later. But it's but I had to get them because if you're a Sailor Moon fan like me, you know how hard it is to find anything with the outer senshi on it because they focus all Mercury through Jupiter, which fine, they're the main characters, but these characters are cooler. Except for Mercury. Mercury's the best. But, so I had to get them. And it was, the only piece of, Sailor Moon merch that they had that wasn't a figurine.
I mean,
weird.
Yeah, but I can kind of see why. I mean, who wants to have something standing at home with your anus on it?
Stop. Where the hell is my
decent.
soundboard?
I mean, like, if they had look, just saying, if they had a Sailor Pluto figure, I would buy that in a heartbeat. I love Sailor Pluto, but like, and then the other thing I got, which was from the retro game store, was this nice little thing, which is the Japanese Famicom import of the Ghostbusters game. Which, if people watch the Angry Video Game Nerd, yes, this is the game that he played that was shit because you climb a bunch of stairs.
Oh, that one.
But it had to, but like, it's like the original box and everything. And I mean, I could take the game out and put the box back in, but like, it's so cool. Like, to have all the like actual Famicom stuff, and it still has like the instructions and everything. Mm-hmm. So, like, I just, they only had one copy. I had to get it. I mean, it was only I mean, like, at first I wasn't gonna get it because I was like, I shouldn't buy stuff for myself. And then Will and Tia just stepped in, being like, "Don't say that. We will chip in." So we split it 3s.
I'm of the same mind. Yeah.
But I should. Why spend money on myself when I can buy things for other people and make them happy? Like, come on. But it was.
Everybody can be happy.
I mean, I did buy Lauren some limited edition Tiki Room pins that were at the Disney store, and
she does like the Tiki
and all that. So, I mean, and they were limited edition, so I had to. Sadly, I did buy myself a mug there that was really cool because it was a glass mug that had the poison apple on it. It was holographic and like bleeding and green. And then as soon as we got out of the Uber, it fell out of the bag and it broke. That's $15 I'll never get back. That's what happens when Chrissy buys stuff for herself. I'm actually shocked that these glasses survived. But yeah, I mean, I also bought a Lum figure for Jay and for my friend Gabby, who's been on the show, the guy who works on Big City Greens. I got him this chespin from a Tokyo lifestyle store because he loves chespin. So, you know, I've gotten many things for many people, then I bought stuff for myself. And it was just a jolly good time. It's great to get out of the house. The houses are prisons. But yeah, but now I'm back home, existing. I came home at 1 a.m. Because I wanted to spend time with my friends. What can I say? But yeah, that was all good and fun, and that was my week. You don't get pictures, and you don't get elaboration.
Fair. Also,
be part of my life, and then you can get it.
Enigma makes a very good point in the chat.
What do you say?
Add to the kill board. Why should I add to the kill board?
He wants you to put your anus on the kill board.
What the?
Stop it.
I will.
Get some help.
I will.
Hold on,
I'll
be back.
Oh, well, there he goes. Oh,
no. Also, yes, Magical. Max is going to see me this year in March in Italy, the land of the mafia.
Yes, it's worse. She's coming over here to Europe.
Here I come. Oh yeah, that's one of the best parts about being with like the DA Games fan group is that, believe it or not, folks, I'm the manic one of that friend group. So I go like, and that's only because they constantly ask what's wrong with me, so I can go like full gremlin and just fucking like freak them out, and that fills me with so much joy. I do not feel the urge to do that around any other people besides them. It's only because their reactions are the best. If I did that to Lauren, Brett, or Max, they'd probably be like, yeah, that's just you. You do not. Yeah, but I think that was everything. The only other thing that was notable is that apparently I freaked a bunch of people out because I apparently... Have you guys seen American Pie?
Yeah.
You know the MILF in American Pie that like talks really weird, Jennifer Coolidge. Yes. Apparently, I could do a decent impression of her because we were listening to the Legally Blonde soundtrack, and I was just saying how funny it would be if the singer actually sounded like Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh yeah, she's a nail salon.
Stylist.
It's a pretty saloon lady.
And so, like, the entire drive, I was just talking as Jennifer Coolidge, and Tia and Lauren were dying, and Will and Chris were just like, "Oh my God, stop!" Because I would start saying like, "Oh my God, I love GA games," and it was just he was just like, "No." And it made me laugh so much because now I discovered I could do a decent impression of that and Ida from the Owl House, and those are my 2 skills.
And Granny Smith.
Hire me. And Granny Smith. I haven't done that one in a long time though, so I don't know if I could still do that. But like,
show's dead anyways.
It is, and so is she canonically.
Hey.
Yeah, she is.
Anyways, media, am I right?
But that was my week.
Yeah.
I still need to pick out my media, so you
Fair.
guys can go.
So
You guys have heard me ramble enough.
Wolfhead, guest go first. Tell us
Max,
about somebody.
Max, you go first. I want to go second.
Oh, okay. Then.
Do you also not have media?
No, I have media. I absolutely have media.
Okay, go.
I actually had to pick, and I decided to give Book of Boba Fett another chance with another week to see if it maybe at some point turns interesting. But for now, something that actually is interesting, created by this lovely lady of the name of, oh no, Shirang-Jae Zhao? It's close enough.
You did get Zhao.
Yeah,
I think it Jay Zhao, because is it? It looks like it.
I'm very glad that we see her name, but not the name of her book about which I actually want to talk.
Iron Widow. Iron Widow.
Widow. It's Iron Widow, and yeah, that is she. And and this is her actual picture she used in the about the author page. About the author page of this book, because at some point she apparently joked to a friend like, if I ever get published, I pose in a cow onesie for the book cover, or the author's page, and he has written a New York bestseller.
There's a genius too.
Oh.
Her Chinese zodiac. She was born in '97, so she's the year of the cow. Yay! Moo moo motherfucker! A fellow cow.
Yeah,
I'm proud.
Yeah. Because she is actually a Chinese Canadian, I believe, having grown up in China and living in Canada now. Why do I know so much about her life?
She moved to British Columbia when she was in like 5th grade.
You know her?
So, yeah, I've read The Iron Widow.
Oh, you did? Okay, I was not aware. But yeah,
I just never realized that she's younger than me.
Huh.
That makes me feel feelings.
that is. Yeah, I always find it depressing when I realize, those accomplished people, they are younger than me. Founded their own companies, have families, are internationally known. Oh well. Anyways. Why does one know so much about her life? She's also a YouTuber, as a fun side thing. So she did everything culturally wrong with Mulan 2020 movie video, and this blew up so much that she then was like, oh shit, I guess I have to be a YouTuber now. So obviously I'm going to link her channel in the description, and I'm pretty sure she will advertise her book and all. And I will not link to her the version of her book on Audible, because she herself is very adamant about, hey guys, try to go to a more independent page to support them instead of blowing up more money Bezos' ass, which I can respect. So I will rather link her YouTube channel, and then you can find the book, about which I have not said anything yet. Iron Widow is, I guess at the end of the day, young adult sci-fi novel, I dare to say. She herself she herself described it in one of her videos in a very beautiful way. It's something like down the lines of Pacific Rim meets Furry Dragon Ball or something. So she has a lot of nerdy influences that she loves to put in there. It's very, very sci-fi. They fight in giant mechas. They can use those mecha parts of the mechas to also shoot like energy beams and shit like that. It's about this main character, the Iron Widow, who is a lower class citizen and in a very, very horrific society in which they literally use women as batteries for the mechs, while the guys get to, or the pilots get to always survive. Mm-hmm. And so that is probably the first thing that I should give as a who should not read it. If you're an insecure male, don't read it. It's like it's a very much a strong woman story. And here's the funniest thing: when Denim pointed this out to me afterwards, I was like, I didn't even think about that. I was okay with the story, but if you are very insecure in your masculinity, maybe don't read a book about a strong woman who kicks ass for the guys metaphorically and literally.
Okay.
But yeah, here's also some interesting thing. Our protagonist, I mean, she's trapped in a very shitty society. She comes from a very shitty family, and she's basically a prisoner by the government.
I mean, also, it's to point out, it's a reimagining of history of an actual real ruler.
That's also true.
I think it's like the ruler of the Tang Dynasty, which is like the late 600s.
Yeah, I believe the only female emperor ever, or something like this. Chinese emperor.
I think she is like the only legitimate female ruler in all of China.
Yeah.
And she reigned for like 40 years.
And she came through, I believe she also rose to power through military accomplishments. I believe. I don't know.
I think so. I think so, because she basically helped China become one of the greatest powers in the world at that time.
But yeah, point being that this story, funny enough, not funny enough, like, our protagonist is like, she's a little bit of questionable heroicness. She is like, she makes some calls where even the very bloodthirsty 80s action heroes would be like, whoa, lady, calm it down a bit. Yeah, I mean, once again, given that she basically constantly has a gun to her head from the government, it's understandable that she's a little bit more radical. But overall, yeah, a very interesting read, an unconventional read, which I mean in the best way possible. Like, wasn't it just last week where I talked about Squid Game? Being like, hey, get a little bit of different culture in there that doesn't follow the Western story development mold. And I would say Iron Widow probably still closer to it, but has a very unique feel to it. Who should read it? I mean, if you like high fantasy, sci-fi, more high sci-fi with like fantastical elements to it, with kaijus and stuff.
Also, if you're someone who kind of is like, if you're going into your fantasy sci-fi stuff and you don't want to hear like, basically gender politics and like the embodiments of gender roles and stuff, because strong woman in the most unironic form, and I mean, like, because Wu is a bad bitch in this book. Like, she is, I mean, she's a bad bitch who takes two men, and she's awesome, and I love her. I love this book. but like you said, if you're a fragile little baby boy, then you're not going to like it.
Yeah. If this if this sentence of Key just now rang as an endorsement, check it out. If it rang not as an endorsement, then maybe pass this book. Maybe this young adult novel is too brutal for you. But yeah, I personally would recommend it. Waiting for the next one to come out and continue listening to that.
I think like someone said that media parallel to it, which I guess can help people decipher whether they want to that it would interest them or not. If you are a fan, or alternatively not a fan of like the gender role main plot line in A Handmaid's Tale, you may not like this book. I would argue this one has a better ending than Handmaid's Tale in the sense of reward, but just saying. Handmaid's Tale is depressing, but watch Handmaid's Tale, get depressed.
And after that, pick up the Iron Widow for power fantasy. Starting at a similar place. Yeah, starting at a similar place, but going other places.
Exactly. Go woo. But
Go woo. But yeah.
But I have Wolf, you want to go?
Yeah, let me go.
Yeah, communicate a little bit about Komi, why don't you?
Okay, so recently I've been getting into my weeb. Recently I've been being a weeb, and I was watching Komi Can't Communicate. I'm through halfway of the series, and I love this anime so far.
Chi-Chi loves this anime.
Who?
Chi-Chi AI,
Oh yeah. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. Yeah. I love this anime so far. It's wholesome and great. The story is about a beautiful high school girl, and her name is Komi, and she suffers from extreme social anxiety. So there's a lot of moments. I'm just gonna talk about the style of the anime for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of moments where Komi looks like that, where she always looks like she's like a deer in the headlights, and I love that because it's so freaking funny to me. And what about the other?
And there she is, pretty, and
oh yeah, she's insanely pretty.
Yeah.
All the characters in the freaking anime, not even all the characters, all the background characters from like start to finish, they always have this like obsession with Komi, because they're all falling at their freaking knees. They're always like, oh my god, Komi, let me be your partner. Oh my god, Komi. Oh my god, Komi. So, but the only person that Komi really vibes with is a character named Tadano, and he's a boy. He's your typical high school boy, right? And
he was a boy.
Yeah, essentially, yes, Key. So he's just a typical high school boy who thinks he's a loser, but
so
he's
anime protagonist.
Yeah, typical anime protagonist, and he's gonna help Komi make 100 friends. One scene that stuck out to me, like out of all the other scenes, is in the first episode at the end, because that's when they have like a really heart-to-heart where Komi is like, I have trouble talking, but the way Komi gets that through is that she starts writing on the chalkboard, and it's this very beautiful scene of her writing on the chalkboard and then him writing after her. So they're having this whole freaking discussion of just writing on the chalkboard for like, I don't know, the show makes it seem like they were in there for... Yeah, it's a montage. So they were like in there for 30 minutes just writing after each other. I thought it was great. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Because like I'm halfway through the anime. I don't have a lot to say about it, and I want to get to the end. I was watching it in Golden Server.
Do you think there's stuff from your viewing so far that could turn people off? Because I imagine it's a very slice of life kind of anime, and I already know that could be a turn off for people.
Yeah, it's slice of life. It's not really like a serious anime with like a serious story or like some serious villain. It's just Komi trying to communicate. So if you're into like animes with like, an overarching plot, or like, that there's like a thing and we have to go get it, or like it's like a big fantasy, and this is not one of those
like
things.
High-Rise Invasion.
Great show. Not.
No.
Yes.
I guess I would also not necessarily call it a comedy. I mean, it is a little bit, they play tongue-in-cheek with the setup, but it's more about a heartfelt show, isn't it? More about feels.
It's more heartfelt.
Feelings.
It's more heartfelt. Yeah, it's more heartfelt. Yeah, it's more heartfelt and feely. There's a lot of, not a lot, but there's a couple of scenes and situations where things are played up for comedy, but like they're serious situations. Like one of the girls like locked Tadano in a closet because they wanted to get to Komi first. And she was like holding a chopstick to her neck, like, if I can't have Komi, then it's not worth living. And she was like gonna stab herself. But I was like, you know what? Anime goes there. I'm just gonna like put that down. It's like, you know, this is an anime. Things get weird in anime from time to time. There are things that are kind of fan servicey, but not too fan servicey. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing that I realized, I believe, it's some episode of Trash Taste last year, where the boys talked about anime, what they like, what they don't like, and they made a statement that rang to me and kept me thinking to this day. Japanese humor is not funny. Like anime is not funny, and I'm like, holy shit, it's true. I watch anime for fantastic visuals, for action, for fan service, but I barely ever find anything funny in anime.
I mean, there's a couple of.
I don't know which anime you're watching then, because I have found.
I mean, I laughed a lot about High-Rise Invasion, but not because it was
okay. If you want a good
humor.
if you want a good anime comedy, go watch the new Ozumatsu. That show's hilarious.
Ozumatsu was a pink guy with antennas, or?
No, Ozumatsu is the one with the sextuplets. It's a bunch of like identical twins, and they're basically neats. So, you know, not employed, not in school, living off their parents, and they're all assholes, and it's really fucking funny.
Okay.
That's not my medium, by the way.
I think it depends on your taste in anime.
At the end of the day, it does. I mean, obviously, Japanese people find it funny. Obviously, find it funny. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep producing the kind of comedies where I'm like, actually, yeah, it doesn't make me laugh. But
Komi has made me laugh a couple of times. Like, there's this scene where she goes into the library and she's supposed to act something, but because of her social anxiety, she can't do it. So it's just like this cut-by-cut shot of her just loitering in the library and then just leaving.
But here's,
I thought that was pretty funny.
But I dare to say, by the fact that it's not primarily a comedy and the jokes and the humor is played more low-key, it's actually funny again, because they don't go too over the top with it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think
Keyframe is just so like she's in the wrong movie expression.
Yeah. I almost said this movie, but this anime can be pretty heartfelt, but at certain times it gets a little out there. It gets a little out there, but then they pull it back into wholesomeness. So yeah. There's only two characters I don't like, but I don't remember their names.
Yeah. But okay, so that's yours. I'm gonna let you guys pick for me because I'm stuck between two, and they're both of two fixations. So you got Extreme Ghostbusters or the Mandela Catalog, which is analog horror. So which one of the things that Chrissy talks about way too much do you want to hear today?
The only reason I want you to pick analog horror is because I saw Markiplier and Jack talking about analog horror. So now I want to see you talk about analog horror. Do it.
Well, I guess here we go.
So, yes, I will talk about Extreme Ghostbusters another day. And it's sad because Extreme Ghostbusters, I know that Max has watched, so he could actually have input. But anyways, Mandela Catalog. Hello. Trigger warning. If you don't like the Uncanny Valley, you may not like this. Are you grabbing a ferret?
No, I just blew my nose, but I wanted to not do it into
the
microphone.
Okay. Anyways.
Ooh, ferret grabbing.
The Mandela...
Don't have any.
The Mandela Catalog is this new analog horror series by Alex Kister. And it's really new. Like, he put the first video up like 7 months ago. So that was like August of 2021. And basically the story that you get throughout these videos is that there is like this supernatural alien beings called alternates that are basically clones of us. and they could be exact copies or they can be slightly off. And a lot of these videos are like this one are basically telling you what to do if an alternate comes to your house, because they are basically just trying to take over you and take over the world. And there's a lot of and then there's like a bunch of commentary that the alternates are actually what formed religion, in the form that they basically took the forms of what we perceived as angels. So these things have been around a long time. And the thing that I love about the Mandela catalog is that it has no jump scares. It is completely tension. It is all tension. And how they do it is through sound design and just activating that little monkey part of our brains where it's like, that's not right. I do not like that. And like, if you listen to these videos, there's always this monotone droning electronic mechanical sound in the background the entire time. Oh yeah, this is showing the alternate thing where everyone looks maybe slightly different or exact, and then there's the ones that are detectable. Like the faces are gonna get longer, eyes are exaggerated, all this stuff. And it's like the sound design always makes you feel uneasy, because I don't know if anyone else has it, but a droning soft mechanical noise always makes me feel like something is coming and I can't hear it. It gives you the opposite of tingles. But the other thing is a lot of their images that they use. All the images of sceneries are from crime scenes.
Lovely.
And a lot of the other faces that they use, like I think in this one there's actually there in one of the videos they have this they use pictures that are actually police sketches. And the thing about police sketches that make them creepy is that police sketches purposely exaggerate features slightly on the perpetrators so that way they're easier to identify. So you'll have people who have like slightly bigger eyes or like longer chins and all this stuff. So they look slightly inhuman. And you know, the whole phenomenon of the uncanny valley is that we see something that is almost human, but our brain registers that something's wrong, and we're just like, no. But yeah, there's also just this feeling of helplessness with a lot of it, because there's one video that basically says that's instructing 911 operators to basically lie to people if the people are calling saying that there's an alternate in their house, because you don't know if that's the alternate or not. So they're basically like, keep assuring that they're okay until the noises stop, letting you die. And then yeah, and it's a constantly growing thing. Like the newest episode of like the Mandela Catalog Volume 2 only came out 5 days ago. So consistent upload. It's not like fucking Local 58 where they uploaded 2 months ago after not uploading for like a year and a half. And so we don't, you know, that kind of stuff. And I think of the analog horror that I've consumed, because I talked about Local 58 on here before. I think I've mentioned Gemini Home Entertainment, which is a much longer form one. And now this one.
On Dave?
I think this one is probably the most palatable.
Dad was another one, wasn't it? The AI?
Oh yeah, Dad, the ARG one.
Yeah.
But I would say this one is probably the most palatable if you're a horror fan, because it's because the barrier of entry, and it goes also into more human awareness kind of things, rather than going too high fantasy with some stuff. Because I mean, Local 58's basically saying that the moon is a living thing, so you know, if your suspension of disbelief can't go that far. And Gemini Home Entertainment is basically that aliens came from fucking planet Neptune and is building something in the center of the earth. So this one does have alternates to the science fiction elements. I mean, the whole thing about religious subtext. However, what they do to make you feel uneasy is all stuff that we already discern as fear responses in like our human psyche. So it's a lot more real. And whether that turns you on or off is up to you. As someone who loves psychological horror, this is my fucking bread and butter. This is like a fresh baked loaf of bread for me. And if you guys like psychological horror too, you would like this. I think, like, with the exception of 2 videos, everything is under 10 minutes. Like, the first video is 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Like, it ranges fairly below 10 minutes, so all of them are relatively easy to digest. The newest video is 20 minutes, but you don't get ones that are like an hour long. You can watch through all of these in an hour. So I would, and you know, it's an ongoing thing, so you can hop on the train early. But yeah, I mean, like, if you guys don't like the horror stuff I suggest already, you know you're not gonna like this. But I do think people should give it a chance. I think this one does stuff that's subtle enough that we don't see with a lot of analog horror right now, because a lot of them start to go like really ridiculous. And I mean, they make it work, but it's still ridiculous. And I like this format that a lot of them are like instructional video kind of things. Like, you almost, because the reason why Markiplier and Jack and Ethan stuff and MatPat have been talking about this is because there was a interactive police tape simulator called Maple County that is based in the Mandela catalog. So everyone got led to the Mandela catalog. And I mean, the Maple County thing is basically instructing you about alternates and intruders. So yeah, if you are uneasy by this kind of stuff, like the topics of like kidnapping and death and like that visceral fear that there is someone who looks exactly like you kind of thing, don't watch it. But I really think this is a fascinating piece of YouTube content, and we need more original YouTube content. There's only so many video essays about anime that you can watch, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, isn't it like isn't like a lot of Mandela effect video catalog stuff like you watch the video, but it looks like you're watching like a VHS tape, like a VHS.
Yes,
tape.
that's the whole point of analog horror, is that it's supposed to. I guess like the easiest way to say is that analog horror is kind of I can't say the word analogous to. Its parallel is stuff like the Blair Witch Project, found footage. Because it's supposed to be like a lot of these things are like VHS tapes you were not supposed to find, or old recorded TV, you know, things that should be lost to time, and they're not. Because if things were lost to time, we wouldn't know. There's probably VHS tapes in people's attics or basements or in storage units that have pieces of history, like recorded on TV, that no one has anymore. They could not be real. So, which is a terrifying concept, right? There are just things that in society's mind does not exist. And who knows what could have aired at like 4 a.m. on a random news station. I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's like
I said it right for once. Hooray!
It's like what you said. It's like I've seen a couple of videos from Mark and Jack, and they said the same thing. It's like the biggest thing about this is that it's not like jump scare scary. It's just but it's very unnerving. It's very unnerving. Extremely unnerving, like some of the stuff you'll see. So
and I think that's something that a lot of people would like, because I know that the oversaturation of horror and horror games with jump scares and stuff turn a lot of people off. I know people who I really like the first 4 or 5 Nights at Freddy's game. I think they're legitimately great games. I know people and understand why people will never touch the games, because they simply do not like jump scares, even if there's a good amount of tension beforehand. I know people who don't like Dead Space for the same reason. And Dead Space is a critically acclaimed game. But if you want stuff that just unnerves you and just, you're like,
give you those goosebumps.
Then most analog horror, but especially Mandela catalog, will get you. And it's not a Mandela effect. The town that this stuff is, like the preservation of security of Mandela, is a town. It's a town called Mandela. It's not about the Mandela effect, because the Mandela effect's bullshit. But yes, there we go. Sorry, I went on a lot about this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess before we then move on to the Q&A, let's talk a little bit about this. Wolfhead, do you have anything to say about it? Because you were the person...
The only thing that I have to say about this art is, one, Lux did a fantastic job.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Lux.
To the shock of no one.
Yeah, she's a really good artist. Isn't it hilarious that, like, when we first started playing that game, and we first noticed that bras and panties were an option, we were like, at some point, we were gonna forget to turn that off, and we almost made it.
And then in the last episode...
And I know you told Key already, I know you told the chat, but it lives in my head rent-free that we, on the last stream, count them, 3 different scenes. We just got a face full of lewdness, and I think the last picture was the worst one. Yeah. It was so graphic.
Didn't you guys also, isn't there also the whole thing, like, was there an option or not to turn off the fluid options?
But it
and
went,
you forgot to turn that?
No, it's like it's like the full shot, the full frosting and everything. It's like if you turn it safe for work. If you turn it safe for work, then it's all clean and all underwear. But if you turn this option off, then it goes.
Hey, word of advice to all our male viewers: if you're fluid, and you know which fluid is the consistency of frosting, please go to a doctor.
That's some hentai shit.
I don't want to go into my experience with fluid of the other sex, but like at most it should be the consistency of like a nice glaze you put on a donut, not fucking frosting you get out of a Betty Crocker tube. Like
She's right.
I'm just saying, look out for yourself and practice good health. Anyways, to the Q&A.
But, or rather, to the picture, to be like, yes, this was from Wolf and my Let's Play of Honey Pop 2. I linked the entire series down below. Especially if you want to, or you can just jump to the end to me just completely dying over forgetting to activate the sensor. The VODs on YouTube are obviously censored now, but you still see me dying over my own stupidity live on camera.
And you could see, you could see Wolfhead and Max completely fail an actual sex quiz by a professor.
Hey, I passed! Max failed!
It's true. That's actually on my main channel. I guess better. I can link this separately, yes.
I know about the booba, Max doesn't.
But
I'm very proud of myself.
But yeah, the thing is that I don't know, Wolfhead, I believe you came to me and were like, hey, what do you think of doing a commission for the game with each of us with our respective waifu of the game? And I was like, yeah, man, shut up and take my money. And sadly, it wasn't done in time for the show to be premiered on the Honey Pop 2 streams. But here it is. So look at it. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Beautiful. And even something I didn't even notice at first, but my ferret even has what I now know is very typical ferret black.
Yeah, little blips.
Little black. But yeah, now...
I just look like a house pet. Yeah. I just look like a house dog, which I'm fine with.
Also, special shout out to Doc. Thank you for making the sketches for the It Takes Two thing before the fucking show.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I mean, just saying, like, one of us who's on Twitch right now can link it in the chat. I just like that they still kept you as a stocky boy.
Yeah, I mean, that's
the opposite of what you are.
I mean, there we go. I mean, that is the official. Nah.
But I love it. I love them. They're very cute, and Doc's apparently gonna ink and color them. So I'm excited.
Neato.
But yes, to the Q&A. Should we start with Discord or should we start with Twitter?
I have 3 on the Twitters. So talking about Doc, Spacey Boy Doc Holiday asks, what is something that you have accomplished that you feel the most proud of?
Let's
I
keep
hate
this
this question.
shallow.
Exactly. Let's keep that shallow.
Well, yeah, let's keep it shallow with maybe stuff we've made, because we're all creators in our own way. So I think that's the easiest way to. It narrows it down to. I think probably. I mean, like, I hate to go back to the pony days, but like that fucking Celestia painting that I did. That I got auctioned off at Cider Fest.
Yeah,
the one with like the hair that turned into flowers, like, because it was a pretty big acrylic painting. Because I think it was like.
Yeah, but I was about to say it's the important part. It's traditional art. We are not
it's
talking.
An actual acrylic painting. It was basically like this size. This painting is not a horizontal painting, but it's like this is the same canvas board size. And then I worked on it during like a really rough part of my life, and like I worked on that thing every fucking day. And I don't know, the thing about actually being able to complete something even when the world was kind of like on you, and then seeing it like be bid upon, because that thing was, there were 2 people at my table, right, because it was like a silent auction, so there was like a piece of paper that you wrote the bids, and they, as soon as one person wrote their bid, the other person came in to write another bid, and bloop, 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 bloop. I felt so bad for every other vendor in that hall because a crowd formed, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I really hope you guys get some sales after. And I don't know, there was just that kind of feeling of, wow, I did this. And it makes me very proud, especially since it's the medium that I started doing art in. Because for people who don't know, digital art was not my first foray into art. I'm a trained acrylic painter. I just don't do it as much, or, I can't, I'm too busy to do it, and I need to fix that because, well, digital art pays the bills. But my first love was acrylic painting. And I'm really good at it, to toot my own horn. And so I think that one is my greatest accomplishment. So, yeah, beat that. Well, not beat that, but,
I don't think I can beat that.
Yeah, exactly. Beat the professionally traditional art piece by a professional artist. Come on, Wolf. Produce something that you can be more proud of than she.
I don't have a chance in hell, man.
I know, me neither.
But no, Max, you go. I actually want to see what you're gonna say. I want to hear what you're gonna say.
I wanted to have you go.
I'm sure he has videos that he made back in the day that he's proud of.
Here's the thing, because I was also thinking about it. Like all the ANY stuff, I was very proud of at the time. The later episodes that were like HD. The first ones. The sad thing is, what I think is the best episode was partially written by a friend of mine, so I cannot take credit for that. It was before I had HD equipment, so it's super crappy in the looks. So and the rest is just me being a desperate fanboy for back then, before all the shit broke loose, Channel Awesome. So I don't know. I'm not really feeling too proud of it.
I still think, given the time of the internet and the availability of like equipment and knowing what to do with like Adobe, which is the professional program at the I think a lot of your editing. Yeah, I think your editing is something to be proud of with those things, because especially when you look at the equivalent of other people's products at the time.
Yeah, I believe my Linkara video was probably the one where, in hindsight, would still be like, yeah, it's a 2-parter. I believe I had a strike at the time, so I needed to make it shorter. But yeah, that's probably the one, and I emulated his style very nicely. So that probably could count if I want to go for videos. So I guess I link that one down below now as well for people to check out, and then tell me if it's holding up at all. No, but for some reason, my mind, probably because you went first and went with art, was actually jumping to art because I was like, videos, do I have really videos where I still can look back and are like, oh, I'm still proud of that writing? Because that's the problem. You go back and many videos are like, oh, yeah, I am not really, I wouldn't say it this way anymore nowadays. But no, I'm probably torn a little bit between 3 pictures from my 6 fan art series. It was Jesse Cox in Dark Souls style, where I'm like,
I mean, that one was so good that someone wanted a profile
yes,
picture.
that's actually true. I designed for somebody a profile pic in that style, also emulating it. Then and then my 2 crossover ones, which is like Grunkle King.
I love this one.
It's like, I'm looking at it, I can't still not believe that I did it, because it has like, it's so close to the art style, but it's actually an original pose with the Grunkle Stan outfit on King. It's like,
I saw you draw this like live, and
yeah,
it's still so good.
Yeah, and on a similar note, the JoJo Sponsboard, where I'm also like, yeah, I fucking draw this. Like, I can't still not
really
believe
good on the
it.
chain. Like, the chain is very impressive with the depth that you were able to achieve, because a lot of like beginner artists cannot do chains to save them for their lives.
Yeah, but yeah, this is like, between those 3 pieces, I can actually still go there and be like, holy shit, that came out of me.
Look at you.
Yeah. But yeah, now
Well,
Wolf beats this.
Oh my god.
You made it worse for yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, asking me this question is like when your therapist is like, okay, you need to compliment yourself and don't follow it up with an insult.
But I mean,
Wolf. Oh, don't talk like that. But I had a therapy appointment this week, and that was part of it.
Oh, Key, I'm so sorry.
but Wolf, go back to the original wording of the question. What is something that you have accomplished that you feel the most proud of? I mean, if nothing else, if nothing better come to mind, you can just be like, making Key squeal twice over the Egan edit.
I mean, yes, but...
Not your proudest moment?
I enjoyed that. That was very fun.
I mean, one of my favorite moments was him clipping the fucking...
you paid for that. You paid to be here.
You paid. That's still one of my favorite moments of this entire podcast.
When I do animatics, when I finally...
It still rings true. Because I'm going to pay to come see you in like 2 months.
I mean, this time you also do it to visit the country of Italy.
Well, yes, but it's still the fact that you're part of the equation. And it's like, oh, cool, awesome. But yes. There has to be something you're proud of. What about, like...
Can I say my versatility?
Yeah, you could say that.
Because, like, I'm scrambling through my YouTube analytics, and I have a lot of different videos. Because some of them are gaming, some of them are commentary, some of them are music-based. I'm not afraid to try something new. How about that?
That's actually a really respectable accomplishment, because there are a lot of people, especially in content creation, who are very afraid to leave their bubble because of, like, what is the unknown if I do or not?
Because I've always
you can be a master at... Yeah.
Yeah, I've always had a thing with my channel where it's like... Because, like, there's people who, like, split up channels and they make different channels for, like, different things, where it's like one is gaming, one is story, and one is... And I've always
that was a very prevalent thing in like 2013.
Yeah, I mean, it was a thing that I actively recommended back then, because if you spread yourself too thin, you might get people turned off. Like, if somebody is really not into Let's Play, and Let's Plays are only a part of what you do, then you are at risk of turning them away. However, at the end of the day, if you really make it as a YouTuber, people stay for you, and it doesn't matter what you do. So I am currently actually in a process where I'm like considering moving more Let's Plays back on my main channel, because why not?
Yeah, I think I have a certain semblance of that where people just show up for my personality or what
Perfect.
have you or whatever.
Lucky bastard. Lucky bastard.
Because like I'll read a story or I'll do a song or I'll play a game. It's like whatever I'm feeling, I'm gonna try to do and try to emulate. You know.
Yeah,
so, yeah
and that's a
go with
really
that.
respectable thing. And I think that is definitely an accomplishment because it takes a lot of people are too scared to do that, or they're like, oh, I'll wait till I do this, because you can be the master of one thing, but when you start a new thing, you are a novice. So it's just kind of, so yeah, that's an accomplishment.
Absolutely.
Good question.
To the Discord.
Thank you, Doc. Okay, here's a fun one. This one is going to require us to be creative.
Oh God, I'm already. How can I leave?
No. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, Lieb, I really like your name now. Whoop, there I go, down to hell, asks. I like that one. That's a good one. Says, imagine you're part of the family Madrigal. What is your gift? So, another Encanto question. Please, ask an Encanto question every week. I will never be tired of this movie's universe.
Oh man.
We beat Let It Go in the Billboard charts. We can keep going.
But yeah, chat, question also to you. What's yours, or what are your suggestions for us?
Okay,
Am I gonna go with the easy one and be like, I just make people laugh really loud? I can go with
So what? Are you like a bard that has like the infectious laughter ability? Like,
yeah, I'm leaning towards somewhere in that venue, yes. Because I do like to make people laugh, and I do kind of feel like I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Now here's the question with that. Would it be like an actual gift you can control, like Camillo's gift with shapeshifting? Or is it like a gift that's a thinly veiled curse like Peppa and Dolores's, where it's like you can't turn it off?
Peppa's gift is the worst. Every time you're in a bad mood,
I would argue Dolores is even worse. I would not want supersonic hearing that I couldn't turn off.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm hearing every person in that town have sex, and I
was about to say, if you look at the crowd of people who originally moved into the valley and the size of the town as it is right now.
And also, remember, Dolores is the second oldest of the Madrigals, which means she heard at least Mirabelle and Antonio be conceived. I don't know if she was old enough for no, she would be old enough. She probably heard Camilla, Luisa.
I mean, she got.
Mirabelle
did she already have her gift at that point?
I mean, everyone gets their gift when they're 5 years old, so
5?
probably 5. Yes.
Jesus.
5, yeah.
Mirabelle got traumatized at 5 years old.
I mean, I'm trying to experiment with it, like if it was a thinly veiled curse, like if I have to tell somebody serious, or if I have to be serious for a moment, or like if a village is on fire, I'm like, help! You have to help, the village is on fire, and then they're
on fire.
Oh, you're so funny, Wolfhead. It's like,
oh, stop
God
it!
Damn. Yeah, I feel like, yeah. You guys go.
When do the Madrigals get their gift? I have to be like, no, it's correct. Canonically, they come to their magical gift comes on their 5th birthday. No, Mirabelle got traumatized on her birthday.
Yeah.
yeah, Key. Happy birthday! Here's a big gift of trauma. You know.
Okay, I think my gift would be thought projection. Which I would hope that I could have the active ability. So I can think something and it just projects what the thought is to other people. I think, because I don't want the ability that I can draw something and it comes to life, because Lord knows, I draw a lot of things that people should not see. And I wouldn't be able to turn that off. But
and
if I
you
could,
are not
project...
thinking a lot of things that people would not see.
Well, yes,
Once again,
but
the question: can you control it, or is it a slightly? Is it a curse?
I would like to control it, but if not,
all my thoughts get projected.
Oh no, I can't be around some people.
Oh no, that's terrible. That's awful.
No, that's the thing. I would not be able to be around some people. or else certain thoughts may change opinions.
I mean,
or they would make some people blush.
Yeah.
But like,
what's Flower Girl's name again?
Isabella.
Yeah, Isabella. You thought Isabella was under a lot of pressure. Now imagine the projection thing as an uncontrollable feature.
Now, okay. The only other one that I think that would be like useful, but I would need to wear gloves all the time. Is that if I could touch someone with my bare hand and I could see what they're thinking or what they're feeling. So kind of like Mantis or Sunset Shimmer's weird ability in like when they get like their weird superpower shit.
Yeah.
So, because I think that one could be good, especially if there's people who are mute. But I would need to wear gloves all the fucking time. Because I feel like it would be like you have to touch it with your skin on skin. Which, oh my god, some of that has implications too. The Madrigal family is fucking cursed! Except for Camillo, because he can just shapeshift into whatever he wants.
Yeah, but he's also the most useless, isn't he?
Well,
we just rewatched it we just rewatched Encanto the other day, and I kept making fun about all the useless men in the family because most of them married in. And then you have this shape-shifting boy, who is like...
Antonio can talk to animals. That's a good ability.
Yeah, but in the beginning you have from the man...
Yeah, Julieta has a good ability because she could just heal people with her food. And when used correctly, Bruno has a very good ability. Especially used correctly. If you're when you think about the main, the first generation of powers, all of them are basically to protect the Encanto because of, how the Encanto was made. Like, healing people, weather control, and then seeing vision so that way so if there's someone trying to invade the village, you can see that they're coming beforehand and plan. But yes, that I guess something involving thought projection or seeing thoughts would be mine. What about you, Max? What is your door?
By what criteria did you pick your things? What do you mean? Yeah, is it something you were like, oh, I want this, or it's something like, that comes from me? Based off
my personality, I have a very active imagination, and I try to put myself in other people's shoes and think through things. So that's why mine would be based off thoughts.
Oh, okay, then. I hope this doesn't sound too creepy and mind-control-y, but making people see the rationale. Now when there's, for example, an emotional argument, and I come in and and then take the emotion out of it, and then they can have a rational exchange about it.
I mean, that's not the worst power, but there's just something about it that I feel like... So this would be an active, you choose to take people's emotions away temporarily.
That kind of makes a difference, doesn't it?
If you were in a constant aura of emotionless, I feel like you'd be a very sad person.
I mean, also not necessarily erase emotions, but make them see the rationale, rationality, having rationality as a gift.
Now, Bo Burnham's left brain and right brain comes to mind right now.
That could actually be a decent idea where it's like you basically have them be like... That would be a great ability if there were twins in the Madrigal family. For that
one is all emotion and one is all logic?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Because this would probably either fuck over your power or just be... Because it seems like everything comes with some kind of consequence. But, if you're taking their emotion away briefly so they can use logic, the emotion has to go somewhere. So would the emotion be transferred to you in that moment?
Oof.
Ooh, I like that.
Your power is empath.
Yeah, or the opposite. I mean, yeah.
There has to be a transfer of where it goes, because I feel like that would be like the thing, is that if you're trying to get someone to logic out, their emotion has to go somewhere.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess we answered.
Yeah, that's a great question. You guys should answer it too in the chat.
Yeah. Back to...
But when we do this, it just makes you realize more and more, God, the madrigals are actually really sad.
Yeah. I mean, Louisa with super strength is probably one of the people who came off the best. And yet,
hers is just emotional damage.
Exactly. But this is like the gift itself in her case is not the problem. It's like she is just super strong. That's the fact that because she is physically strong, feels the need to carry the weight, the emotional weight for everybody. That's a different story. But the gift in and of itself actually is not horrible. And I guess Isabella's gift isn't either.
I mean, if we went by one of the original plots for Camillo, is that Camillo was going to have a bad identity crisis to the point that they actually said that one of the original storylines was when the magic dies, Camillo's true form would have came out and no one would recognize him.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh. They were like the moment needs to focus on Mirabel, so we didn't do it. But goddamn, that would have been great.
It would have distracted from the main story for sure, but damn, the idea. Jesus. But yeah, no, the fun thing when we watched it, what Denim speculated was, maybe with him, why? Because he's also a little shit who constantly pokes fun at his dad and whatnot. Yeah, maybe because his gift is so useless, he's acting out so much and being a little bit of a clown and a troll.
I mean, his power does have some usefulness if you need to mimic the strengths of another person in the town, but like, yeah, or if you, we will get to the next question, but this is Encanto time. The thing is that if you actually view it from the perspective that all the gifts in some way are to protect the Encanto, if invaders came in, Camillo could disguise himself as one of the invaders. There is an actual useful thing there when you think about like the context of why they have the gifts in the first place.
I mean, I was also like, if we were talking superhero universe, where now they do crime fighting and whatnot, shapeshifting like that would be an awesome ability to sneak into. But in this peaceful village of Encanto, his ability, he uses it for pranks most of the time.
Yeah. But anyways, next question from Twitter, because man, we could talk about Encanto all day. This is why we put it in the masterpiece section of the tier list.
It's true. Brandon Croker asks, for all, craziest interaction you have had with a fan on your work? Or with a fan of your work?
Oh, this one is easy.
Please.
Are we talking about crazy as in positive or crazy as in negative?
However you feel. But apparently Wolf already knows his.
Go ahead, Wolf.
So while I was at BronyCon, the last BronyCon, I was hanging out with some people and I laughed. And somebody said, and I quote, "I know that laugh, you're Wolfhead Brony." It hasn't registered with me until that moment that one of my most iconic things about me is my laugh. Because I'm laughing all the time. So it really had to register with me for the moment that I was like, holy shit, I have an iconic laugh, I suppose. So yeah.
When I'm stupid at Honey Pop, I'm always waiting for you to laugh at it. It's always a great moment that I know, like, okay, there was one of those moments again.
Trying to think,
yeah,
because I don't want to go with negative ones. Because man,
I guess I can buy you some time.
Yeah, because I think I need to grab something.
Yeah.
So
but
you go ahead.
Wait, I had one.
Are you gonna pick a bad one, Max?
No. I actually also have a nice one, but I mean, no, one that I had was like, also convention story. Funny enough, ran into somebody at a convention who somebody I was already familiar with from seeing every now and then in comment sections and live streams as well, I believe. Recognizing the item, so good branding on the side of the fan. And then when we met at a convention, I didn't really make the connection at first, but we got a little bit into contact, and afterwards I was like, oh, now I know. Well, and that person was Denim Ninja, and now she's living here. So
nice wrap up. Yeah, I love it.
So
okay.
that was quite the crazy story. But yeah, please do tell yours.
So like I guess I have two.
Show off.
Because like I mean, no. But yeah, so this is one of them, which is done by Starry Flame, who is a voice actress and an artist and stuff from Australia. And the thing is that there's two versions of the Key plush. I can't find the other one around the house. I think it's packed somewhere. But like, because I didn't go to one of the Brony cons, because like when I first moved out, I didn't go to cons for like that whole year. And then DeWilson came back being like, someone wanted to give this gift to you, and it was a little Key plush and a little plush frame. And then when I went to, I think this was maybe 2018 BronyCon or something, it was 2017 because you went to that BronyCon. She gave me this, and it was just one of the nicest things. And I still have this in the plush frame as the only plushes of Keyframe that will ever exist, because everyone's like, why don't you get one that's show accurate and stuff? It's like, no, because this one was made with love. And this one,
yeah, good point.
It was made with love and the intent of like, it's just for me to look at and smile. I don't want to market that. It's just my baby. The other one, like, because I could say like all the people who donated to charity streams and stuff, so like, but like, which that sounds very very ambivalent, but no, I mean, like, because I don't know if I would count that as my work unless you count charity work as my work. But like, some of the amounts people have donated were insane. But I think the biggest thing is that one of my cousin Stephanie, is a fan of my work. And like, she's one of my good ones. She's one of the good ones. Don't worry. And, she's 5 years younger than me, which means like, last year or something, she turned 18. And she said that she saw my stuff like because she was like a teenager and stuff when, I was really doing stuff here on YouTube and like a kid and everything. And she says she's a fan of my work, and she said, I want to go into art school because of you.
Damn.
Because she watched me draw ever since I was like a little kid. She would see me draw like pictures out of like coloring books. I would freehand them, and then she would freehand what I'm freehanding. And she said like, yeah, you are my inspiration. I kept wanting to be on the honor roll and dean's list and everything because of you. And like, I think that's the best like fan you can ever have, is someone who's like, I want to grow up to be you. And I want to help people with my art, because she wants to go into art therapy. And that makes me really happy. Wholesome. That's better than the creepy guy who kept following us at Nightmare Nights.
Oh, no.
I think, but bless Robin's heart, they had to go and be like, hey, leave.
Get the fuck out of here.
And this is when Robin was still like a little tyke in everyone's eyes. So for them to have a threatening presence is like, says something. Robin's a good lad. We love Robin. But yeah, so that was that answer. So let's find a question that gets all this wholesomeness out of the way.
Exactly, gross. We could have gone for disturbing stories, but no, we all went relatively positive. Gross.
Yeah. I mean, I was one of those freaky interactions with fans. And that's how me and Max...
Also true. I keep doing that.
Yeah. You have a type. Anyways, so let's see. Cow Tools asks, if you could write a letter to Satan, no, not Santa, Satan, what would you say to them? This is a good pivot. Okay.
Oh,
so
would you just
Wolfhead,
ask him like? Go ahead.
Yeah. No, what would you write to Satan? I want you to go first.
I feel like writing to Satan, because it's like one letter to Satan guaranteeing that he writes back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this is like a letter. You can't just ask him like, hey man, what's hell like? You have to write him like a 10-page thing that's just all about him and like a ton of questions and stuff like that. I feel like that would be appropriate. That's what I would do. Yeah.
Also magical. Robin identifies as they, she, so that's why I went with they. But anyways. But yeah, what would I write to Satan? Dear Satan, I think you may need to retire. Don't worry, the people up here are doing your work for you very well. No, because I would just write to Satan, hey, who's down there? Because I want to know. Is Ronald Reagan down there? And if not, why is he not?
I thought you were gonna like do the Karen thing where it's like, who's down there? I want to speak to your manager. I thought that's where you were going with that.
No, I just want to know if Ronald Reagan's in hell or not. Because he should be.
So you can like gauge like what you have to do to get into hell versus what you have to do to avoid hell, I suppose.
Exactly. I want to know what's the barrier of entry. Because you can do the math. If someone's in hell for something, what are people in heaven for? You know, in this hypothetical
Mormonism?
Land. No, I'm not going to believe that the Mormons were the closest. I don't care what South Park said.
That's a South Park answer.
But okay, so that's mine. What about you?
Very easy. So my letter would be like, Dear Satan, please come by. I've got pancakes. And then she will show up and it will be like fantastic, and maybe she brings some of the other chicks with her.
You know what, Key? You're pinching your brow right now, but I hope Satan is a girl. I hope.
I mean, if people say God is a woman, why not Satan? Like, at this point, yeah. But, like, I mean, first of all, that is Lucifer. That is not truly Satan.
Close enough. She
has
Satan on her apron.
Not depending on your religious literature, no. Lucifer is the fallen angel. Satan is the fire and brimstone virgin. But yes, so there you go.
But yeah, so what is the difference between Satan and Lucifer?
I mean, Lucifer is actually more revolved around the concept that hell is not actually a place. It's just that he was the fallen angel, that God, because he questioned God. Because remember, hell. I'm gonna scare the Christians. Hell doesn't really exist in the Bible. Hell was hell, and the whole thing of like what the Passion of the Christ was made out of was basically formatted in like the 1700s when fire and brimstone came as basically propaganda. Hell is not real. So Lucifer is just the story of the fallen angel. And they took that and made it into hell. Anyways, so next question. What do we have anything on Twitter?
I have one last one on Twitter. Our obligatory Would You Rather from J-Rock. Would you rather own the magic mirror in Snow White or own the magic mirror in Beauty and the Beast?
I'm gonna sound like an idiot. What is the difference between the two?
I believe the one in Snow White is the one with mirror, mirror on the wall. So
yeah, with the face in it.
Yeah, it can basically answer you questions, while the one in Beauty and the Beast only lets you basically scry.
Yeah, if you say, like, show me where Anna Kendrick is, and you'll see Anna Kendrick.
That's a creep vibe.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why
scrying.
I'm gonna go with the magic mirror in Snow White, because I'd rather answers, because I don't know what I'm going to see if I said, like, show me so and so, because, like, you can go the Purdy around and be like, ooh, maybe I'm going to see who do I like? I could see David Tennant showering, but for all I know, I could be seeing him, like, fuck his wife or something, and I don't see that.
Not the wife.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, because I just feel like you'd be uncomfortable in that situation, because, like, I'm not attracted to his wife, and also that's a private moment, you know, unlike showering. I mean,
I was just like, I love how the takeaway here is that Key is like, I'm fine watching him shower, but when he's making love to his wife, it's like, nope, get me out of here.
Yeah, nobody needs to be reminded that he's already taken.
Yeah. Unless I can have Photoshop, I can have deep faking abilities and sit and put myself in that in the scry, but I don't think the magic mirror has that technology.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the same. I'm gonna go with the question mirror, because the other mirror seems like it's a gateway to be a creep, and I don't want to do that. So.
Okay, Max, are you gonna pick the creep mirror?
I'm going to be the contrarian. You see, for asking questions, we already have the internet, no? You go on Twitter and you ask, like, Twitter in the net.
Wait, you go to Twitter to ask questions?
Yeah, of course. You go to Twitter, you ask the question, then you get a very clear and always correct answer. So why would I need a mirror for that? And
I mean, Lord knows I got that last night with my wonderful Five Nights at Freddy's question.
So
why did you type that?
we will talk about that later. Anyways, but yes, why are you picking the scrying mirror?
Because I can then spy on people. It's great.
I would be so terrified.
You won't know what they're doing until that mirror shows you what they're doing, and I feel like all the moments leading up to, like, the mirror showing you what they're doing, it's just tense. It's just tense because you don't know what you're gonna see.
Well, because here's the thing. I would fear that when it's Max holding the mirror, because you know what he would do? He would spy on you, and then he would be like the fucking ghost face and scream and text you being like, hey, maybe you should get that checked. And it's just like, what? Or like he's scrying, he's like, man, you're watching enough Egon fan cams on TikTok? It's like, what the fuck?
So you're saying Max would just use it, he wouldn't use it to be as much as a creep, he would just use it to be a troll.
No, both.
Yes. Oh,
that's
even worse.
Of course I'm a creep. This is nothing new. Look at the fucking wall behind me. Next question.
Just gonna speed on past that.
Let's go. There we go. I feel safer now. Okay. Anyways, next question. Jesus Christ. God, we've got so many.
Feels
like we got so many questions.
I'm all out Twittered, so.
Okay. Here's a good one from Cow Tools. God, Furious, your question is so fucking long. I don't know if I want to rate it. Ghost videos are okay. Why not? Furious Gamer asks, ghost videos are being thrown around the internet like it's no one's business. People getting haunted by something or someone. It's almost always the same thing people say. They even made a game about that, as you know. Has been out for quite some time. But what if it is real? What if there is a way for people to roam the earth after they die? A life after death? What do you think that religion would be? Do you think that religion would become a huge part of societies again? And if now the big question was answered, Do you think people will fear death and its supposed emptiness? Either a huge chunk of people on the internet and the media are making one big hoax for views, or one of life's biggest questions has been answered and we don't even believe it. Thoughts?
What?
Did you just read me a fucking novel just then? Oh my god.
I feel like I went on a Reddit page. That's what it felt like.
Are there now ghosts or are there now ghosts or not in his question?
I think the question is, if ghosts were real, what are our thoughts on that? If religion would become a huge part of society because we know there's an afterlife, do you think that the fear of death would go away? Do you think, or and then there's the whole question on what is there people making, if the people that we always thought were making hoax are actually telling the truth? All these questions, what are our thoughts? Here's the thing. Why did you put this in one giant tall sandwich? Couldn't you just ask, what would we think if ghosts were real? Were you afraid we would try to make a silly answer? Because, I would, but that's besides the point.
Now we have to go all existential.
There's no way that I can reformat this to go with my usual go-to answer of if ghosts were real and be just Dan Aykroyd getting a blowjob in Ghostbusters 1. I can't do that here.
That's the only scene I remember from Ghostbusters 1.
And it's not even in the movie.
Him getting the blowy is the lead-up, isn't? But no, if ghosts were real, I guess religion would come. But
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think people who already are completely deep dove into their religion, they will remain religious because they are beyond rationale. However, for many other people, they now have facts, namely ghost existence, and depending on how those ghosts behave or what they represent, they will debunk with their very existence the majority of religions.
Yeah, it's also just the thing of ghosts existing, which means that they're just here in the human realm, just on a different plane of existence. Kind of implies heaven is not a thing, as in a separate world. So but also just the thing of I feel like more people would become uncomfortable with life if we knew ghosts were real. Because where are they?
Yeah.
Let's go back to the scrying mirror question Max picked. There could be ghosts right here watching me do whatever I do. That's terrifying. Because one day I'll become a ghost with them and they're going to have dirt.
They're gonna have dirt?
It's also the question if everybody becomes a ghost or if it's a Sixth Sense scenario where you only remain on Earth if you have unfinished business. So eventually they will all move on, most of them, when they finally finish their business. Then again, the question is, what about those who don't?
Yeah.
There's some existential bullshit.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, Wolfhead? Is your thought to just tell this person to go touch some grass?
I want to tell him to go touch some grass, but I want to give some real thoughts right now. It's
okay.
I don't think religion would disappear just because if you could prove ghosts are real, because in the Bible they're Jesus is the Holy Ghost. I feel like a lot of religion relies on the belief of ghosts and the belief of spirits, actually. So, yeah.
Yeah, if something supernatural became natural, it would lose the super and potentially debunk of a bunch of other supernatural stuff. Or confirm it.
Yeah.
The darkest thought I can think of if we found out that ghosts were real and the ghost realm was real is that we would get a big uptick in Jonestown level drink the Kool-Aid cults.
Hey, cool, I can become a ghost.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I'm just saying, there would be a huge uptick in people being like, especially dumb teenagers who are like, I want to be a ghost because, and it's not like we would know everything about ghosts just because we know they exist. We wouldn't even know if they actually have cognitive memory or function, or if they're just floating things of soul goo. So, like, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of unexplored area with that, and we're not going to get into that because it's almost 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So, I want to see if any of the other questions were actually like good enough questions to say.
Which means everybody who posted a question and it doesn't get asked right now, your question sucks. That's what Keyframe's opinion, not mine.
Okay.
For as a little heads up, I want to do Denim's FMK.
Oh no, that's the one I picked.
Because it has
So
Encanto reference, doesn't it?
Yes, and also I'm pretty sure that Enigmas is one that only I would actually have good frame of reference knowing, because like I'm not sure if everyone knows these actors. You should.
I know
and also,
one of them. Obviously, Zuko.
Is it Dante Bosco?
Who doesn't know Zuko?
You've heard Frank and Creed.
Definitely. I probably have heard all three.
I mean, Frank Welker's literally Scooby-Doo, and Fred, and like Megatron. So, but point being, we're gonna do Denims. Don't worry. But okay, this one seems like it could be a quick one. Cow Tools asks, I just had stewed cow tongue in broth with yuca, avocado, and corn. What is your favorite food from your native region?
Oh, I am the worst when it comes to this question.
So, regional food.
Regional food.
I mean, like, New York is just pizza.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been eating junk food for as long as I remember, but junk food is not regional food, though.
Okay, I have a regional food that is junk food because it's only sold in the Northeast.
Oh boy.
So there's this snack cake called Devil Dogs, and they're basically like 2 pieces of devil's food cake with cream in the middle, and it's like a sandwich. And I ate them all the time growing up, and it's fucking delicious. And I don't even like chocolate, so that's the one of my few chocolate things that I could eat, and it's only sold in the Northeast. So I haven't been able to eat them for like almost like 15 years, and it makes me sad. And so that's mine, because I think it's only sold like New York and New England. So yeah, that's mine, because otherwise I would just say pizza.
Well, specifically New York pizza, I take it.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm gonna say New York pizza. Yeah, I'm saying New York pizza.
We are the best pizza.
Here. Yep.
What about you? You're the actual foreign one here, so you actually have a regional variant.
It's true. So I'm desperately trying to remember this one specific dish, which I believe is German, but I forgot the name, therefore I cannot even Google and show it. However, if we want to go more narrow than just German, I mean, we could go with... I mean, currently I'm living in Berlin, which is like the hometown of the currywurst and the döner, which I'm both very fond of. But then,
those are both very good.
Yeah, but then again, I originally Aachen has a lot of fun stuff, but a lot of stuff in Aachen is revolving around Printen, which are basically little gingerbread bars. And yeah, actually, when they are not already turned into blunt force instruments, when they're still fresh and juicy, they can be really, really good. And I actually developed a liking for them. I mean, probably by nurture and not by nature, because when you live in Aachen, you have to like Printen. But yeah, so
I just like blunt force instruments.
I guess I have to go with those answers, because I forgot how this other dish was called.
There you go. That was a nice, easy question. Thank you, Cow. Thank you, Odie, for that after we had to go to existential ghost mode. Jesus, I need... But, okay, here we go. Ask Awkward, how about another FMK this week? I got some sensually dancing animals for your furry trash. Yes. Fuck, marry, kill. The tigers from Zootopia, the reindeer from Frozen 2, or the donkeys from Encanto.
Specifically the reindeers during the
Kristoff's song sequence.
Yes, when they all went a little bit more dancing and sensual. I was totally not involved with the creation of this question.
Then I mean, okay, then next week I guess I have to make a question.
I was only partially involved, and you have to get Brett to post it.
No, I could get dead on a post-it. Me and her could cause debauchery together.
It's true. But yeah, anyways, guests first.
I'm looking at all these gifts.
I don't know. I would go by the gifts, because in the first gift the donkeys are just standing. Because where this question was born was literally like in Louisa's song when the donkeys dance in the background when she's in the middle of the circle.
I saw. Yeah.
So think of that image, not of the gift that was used in the server.
Okay, I'm gonna kill the reindeer specifically. Because I've never seen Frozen 2. I know that hurts. I'm sorry.
You're not missing much. Frozen 2 is not a good movie. I will die on that hill.
I'm glad you can verify that for me. Now I never have to watch it.
My opinion is not high enough to jump to its defense, so...
I want to fuck this tiger.
Oh, good choice. I mean, from those three options, the tigers are definitely the hottest ones. That get not played for jokes.
I'm gonna because I saw the donkeys dancing during Louisa's song too. So
I mean they can schmoove. Look at them.
I saw.
Did you find a good gif of them?
Donkeys. I'm
gonna.
Oh
yeah. There we go. Let me get this on the big one. Blip. Yes. Open it. Oh yeah. So here are some schmooing donkeys. Sadly very small. Can I get them bigger? Oh yeah, there they are. Look at them. There are some moves. Yeah, the tiger gif is pretty spot on. So yeah.
I'm gonna have a one-night stand with all those donkeys, and then I'm gonna marry the tiger.
Oh, you're marrying the tiger now.
Yeah, I'm marrying the tiger.
Marrying the tiger.
I want to keep the tiger around.
Broad-shouldered. Yeah, look at that broad-shouldered man. Like that he'll take good care of you.
It's true.
And you're gonna kill Sven and his family. Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't
give a shit.
Do we also have a gif of the music number? Yeah. Anyways, who went first last? So no, second last.
I went last week.
Oh, so I guess
it's my turn.
Yes, you provide me with.
Yes. Okay. So I am going to. Okay, I am going to marry the donkeys in Encanto. Because you know what? That means that I live in the Encanto. Which means I can be friends with all the Magicals. Which means I can do as much stupid shit as I want and just eat Julieta's food and get better. You know how danger prone I am? That's an insurance policy marriage. And I would just be known as the donkey wife. So you know what? That's a good give and take. Then I am going to fuck the tiger because, well, do I need to explain?
No, you don't. In this case, I guess you don't have to go into the why.
I mean, the only downside about it is that I know he's wearing body glitter, and glitter is made from Satan. And I will be finding body glitter all over for months. But you know what? That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I'll meet in the middle for that. And then... Oh no, I would still kill the reindeer. Damn it, I have to change my answer.
Yeah, you have. Also, I found the reindeers. There they are. Look at them go.
Okay, I'm going to fuck the reindeer because, well...
Christoph made them sound very appealing.
Yeah, you know what? At least they sound human. And, like, honestly, they may be the least sentient out of all of them, so at least they won't remember. Don't give me that look! I just had to make a reason out of my ass.
They are the least sentient. This is the closest to bestiality. I want to go for that answer.
Also, yeah, sure. And
no, that is like why my eyebrows went like that. Like
what?
You think they are the least sentient as an argument to fuck something? It's really.
I just don't want the. Okay, fine. Let me fix this answer then, because that was not my intent. My intent was just I don't want them to remember this event. But okay, shut up. You've said worse.
Probably, and I might even do so today.
You said worse on purpose. This was an accident. But okay, so yeah, I also don't like that Wolfhead said that it's basically one big orgy since it's all the reindeer.
First of all, we're talking about the donkeys here.
Yeah, it's
the donkeys is a marriage though. Like I'm married to the donkeys. That does not mean that I need to have sex with them. Haven't you ever heard of sexless marriage?
Yes, I have.
But yeah, so like, okay, I guess with the reindeer, if they are the himbo nature looking reindeer that they are, if I fuck them, maybe I could convince them to do my bidding. Because reindeer are very useful in the tundra that Frozen is. So, you know, that's one way to get to claim your herd is just to... Anyways. And then I'm gonna kill the Zootopia tiger.
Oh my, please do explain why.
They've had it too good for too long. Wow. I am saving a generation of people from having the uncomfortable awakening of being a furry through these tigers.
Yeah, I mean
specifically the Baras. Because there's going to be a generation who looks at this because it's on Disney Plus and be like, I don't know what.
Oh no!
Tiger makes me feel things.
All three movies are on Disney Plus, aren't they?
Yes, and I'm saving them from the most person-looking one.
Yeah, I mean,
because ones who have I'm just saying the people who have their awakenings from the other two are beyond saving.
Exactly. I was about to make the same argument. Whoever gets the furry awakening from the other two, there's nothing lost. But yeah, those guys here, they are basically bait, furry bait.
Yeah. So I am going to make sure the bait doesn't happen. Because you know what? Nick Wilde is already there. Have your awakening through him. That's the better one. Like the lanky, slick boys. Not this man meat.
Well,
no, we do not need more mindless man meat-sized hunks. Because they rule fucking art shows at furry conventions. And all I want to do is buy some lanky furry boy art, man. Is that too much to ask?
Well, all that said, I'm gonna fuck those tigers.
Okay, why?
Look at them. For the reason that you just were like, I need to kill them to save people from them. I gotta fuck those guys.
Are you going to be the bottom or the top? Because that's a big hunk.
There are multiple ones of them. I will be both at one. It's called a tiger sandwich.
Stop it. Get some help.
Thank you, Stream Deck.
I was waiting. I saw it in his face. I was like, he's going to give me the ammo, and I'm going to fire. And that's exactly what's going to happen.
Should I even continue trying to answer the rest?
No.
I mean...
No, you have to.
Okay.
You have to.
So, yeah, obvious, easy fuck there. I mean, I don't even need to explain lots. Okay, now how with all the back and forth, how did you rotate it? So
You need to you need to marry the reindeer and you need to kill the donkeys.
I need to kill the donkeys. Okay, killing the donkeys, easy enough. I mean, they were basically like, they were tools. They got constantly like moved around by Louisa with very little care and whatnot. She was throwing them, she was stacking them. Donkeys are not meant for stacking. They are not ferrets. No, in this one scene, she actually carries the cart, and the poor donkey
As opposed to stackable ferrets.
Ferrets are actually very stackable.
Uh-huh.
They do this voluntarily.
Yeah. I just think you want to kill the donkeys because they're better dancers than you.
I mean, that's true, but for the same logic, I would have to kill the others as well, so... Yes,
Okay,
even the reindeers.
So yes, you're gonna kill,
mercy
kill
killing
the donkeys.
To end their constant well-meaning abuse by Louisa, who just keeps uses them as props.
Then why are you going to marry the reindeers that are part of your favorite musical number in Disney history?
I mean, I was relatively neutral on the musical number, to be honest. But no, I mean, here's the thing. Christoph, from the first movie onward, he showed me that the true way of life, you can swear marriage to a prince you just met at a party and he will make fun of you, rightfully so. His commitment is to the reindeer. Even after finding his chick and being willing to marry her, he keeps the reindeer. Basically, the reindeer to Christoph is what Scooby is to Shaggy. That's a keeper right here, right there. And if it's multiple ones, it's even more keeping. That's where we go. Reindeer power. Get your reindeer husbando. Forget about human partners. Reindeers is where the future is. Christoph told me.
I need to make a comic now. Just me and Denim being like, he went with the reindeer? What?
And me just in the background overhearing you two and being like, oh, that's awkward.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. It's the awkward. Artwork and analysis, which you do not want to miss on awkward.